Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I, Dr. Tabassum Huda, welcoming you all in the signing ceremony of Memorandum Cooperation for COVID-19 Inactivated Vaccine among Health Service Division, China National Biotech Group Company Limited, China Sinopharm International Corporation, and Inceptor Vaccine Limited. We are very delighted to greet you all in this historical afternoon of 16th August at this auditorium of BCPS. At the very beginning, I would like to request all of you to switch off or silent your mobile phones during the session, and please put your mask on all the time. Now, recitation from the Holy Quran and will be recited by Dr. Muhammad Faridul Islam.
السلام عليكم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. শুরু করছি মহান আল্লাহর নামে। সময়ের শপথ, মানুষ অবশ্যই ক্ষতির মধ্যে নিমজ্জিত রয়েছে ওই সকল লোক ব্যতীত যারা ঈমান এনেছে, নেক কাজ করে এবং একে অন্যকে সত্যের উপদেশ প্রদান করতে থাকে ও একে অন্যকে ধৈর্যের উপদেশ প্রদান করে। সাদাকাল্লাহুল আলিয়্যুল আযীম। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
Today is a historic moment for Bangladesh. This memorandum signing ceremony will lead Bangladesh in a new era to overcome the challenges of this pandemic condition of COVID-19, which is turning the whole world. So, on behalf of the Health Service Division, I take the pleasure to invite you all in this historical event. I would like to request you all to please keep silence. Today, we have among us on the dais our chief guest, Mr. Jahid Malik, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Guest of Honor, Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Special Guest, Mr. Masood bin Momen, Foreign Secretary, Senior Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency, Mr. Li Jiming, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China in Bangladesh, Major General Mohammad Mahbubur Rahman, Director General DGDA, Professor Dr. Abul Bashar Mohammad Khurshid Alam, Director General DGHS, Mr. Abdul Muqtadir, Chairman Inceptor Vaccine Limited, and Chairperson of today's session, Mr. Lokman Hossein Mia, Senior Secretary, Health Service Division. I would like to seek permission from the Chairperson to start today's program. Now, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Abul Bashar Mohammad Khurshid Alam, Director General DGHS, for giving the welcome speech.
Assalamu alaikum and very good afternoon. Honorable Chair, Mr. Lokman Hossein Mia, Senior Secretary, Health Service Division, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Bangladesh. Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Jahid Malik, MP, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Honorable Guest of Honor, Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen, MP, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Mr. Li Ziming, the Ambassador of China in Bangladesh, Honorable Special Guest, Mr. Masood bin Momen, Senior Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Major General Mahabubur Rahman, Director General, Department of Drug Administration, Mr. Cheng Song, Deputy Director General, Department of Asian Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the People's Republic of China, Mr. Abdul Muqtadir, Chairman, Incept of Vaccine Limited, Mr. Liu Xingzeng, Chairman, Sinopharm, distinguished guests, and reverend participants, good afternoon. It's my privilege to welcome you all in today's signing ceremony of Memorandum on Cooperation for COVID-19 Inactivated Vaccine in Bangladesh. We pay our sincere homage to our father of nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, whose 46th anniversary of assassination was observed yesterday. Humanity of the father of nation was concerned for the poor and the downtrodden. The time has come for us to put stronger focus on these areas. His daughter, Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, is leading this nation in the pathway of glory and prosperity, where health has been given top priority above all the state issues. We all know that since the beginning of the pandemic in Bangladesh, like most other countries in the world, has been faced with lives versus livelihoods dilemma. A pandemic-induced lockdown hits economy hard. The lockdown was lifted in the interest of maintaining livelihood and avoiding an economic decline. We'll get more than 60 million doses of Sinopharm vaccine from China by November. Vaccines are coming from other sources as well. Mass inoculation will accelerate if vaccine supply remains uninterrupted and stable. As of August 2021, 5.5 million people in Bangladesh has completed second doses of vaccine, and additional 10 million people has already received their first doses, which only showed the strength of Bangladesh vaccination infrastructure. However, the problem remains with the supply. Proper supply chain management for the vaccine is indispensable. But at the same time, everyone must continue to follow the health guidelines like wearing of the mask and maintaining the social distances. Bangladesh must give priority in getting license for co-producing COVID-19 vaccine to ensure uninterrupted supply of millions of doses to inoculate the entire population. Unless the supply is big quantities is ensured, Bangladesh will not be able to maintain its mass vaccination campaign and contain the COVID-19 pandemic in the short possible time. We think that the decision of importing Sinopharm vaccine in bulk and then bottling and leveling of the vaccine in the country is a good start to get vaccines at relatively cheaper rate. It is the first step of vaccine production of our own. Since the establishment of the diplomatic ties in 1976, China-Bangladesh friendship and cooperation have a glorious history, and infrastructure of our country is one of the sectors where the China has made significant investment like Padma Bridge, then Paira Deep Sea Port and Kornofuli Tunnel. These are worth mentioning. In this connection, we hope that in near future, we will get necessary technologies regarding the vaccine production of our own. Today, Bangladesh and China are set to sign a memorandum of understanding with relevant parties. It would be more cost effective if the government of Bangladesh gets the license to produce the vaccines in Bangladesh instead of just buying it in bulk and bottling it. Another advantage of co-producing is that it will create more scope for conducting specific COVID research in Bangladesh as well. It is important to keep in mind here that the quicker we can vaccinate the population, the quicker will Bangladesh be able to protect lives. I am grateful to all of you and welcome you all in today's ceremony. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay blessed. Thank you all.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Abul Bashir Mohammad Khurshid Alam, for his inspiring speech. Our guests are connected online from Beijing. So now I would like to invite Mr. Fu Qiang, Chief Engineer, China Sinopharm International Corporation from Beijing, for giving the introductory speech and introduce our other guests from Beijing.
开幕致辞，并且介绍北京会场的参会人员。
尊敬的各位领导、各位来宾，欢迎大家出席国药集团与孟加拉国新冠疫苗合作签约仪式。新冠
Distinguished leaders and guests, good day and welcome to the signing ceremony of Government of People's Republic of Bangladesh and Inactivated Vaccine Limited.
新冠疫情爆发给全球带来了严重的公共安全威胁。国药集团在新冠疫苗科技攻关和生产供应等方面持续发力，在助力全球抗疫、推动全球疫苗公平分配方面冲锋在前，为缓解全球疫苗短缺、促进
has posed a serious threat to public health and safety worldwide. Sinopharm has made continuous efforts in the scientific and technological research and production and supply of COVID-19 vaccines, and has been at the forefront in helping the global fight against the pandemic and promoting the fair distribution of vaccines worldwide, making a positive contribution to alleviating the global vaccine shortage and promoting vaccine accessibility and affordability.
今天我们国药集团很高兴与孟加拉国政府 Inactivated 公司深入开展新冠灭活疫苗产能合作，这是中国和孟加拉两个人口过亿的大国睦邻友好的又一里程碑，相信将为孟加拉国最终战胜疫情发挥关键性作用。
Bangladesh milestone of our good relations between China and Bangladesh, our two countries with a population of over 100 million, and it is believed to play a key role in Bangladesh's eventual victory over the pandemic.
本次会议分别在中国北京。
So we have two separate venues in Beijing and Dhaka respectively this time, connecting by videos. And I am Fu Qiang, the Chief Engineer of China Sinopharm International Corporation, and it is a great honor for me to be your host at the Beijing venue today. Please let me introduce the guests attending this ceremony on site here in China, who are Honorable His Excellency Mr. Mahbub-uz Zaman, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of Bangladesh in China.
国务院国资委科创局柳长申副局长。
And from State-Owned Asset Supervision and Administration Commission of the State Council, Mr. Liu Changsen, the Deputy Director of Bureau of Sci-Tech Innovation and Social Responsibility.
国务院国资委国际合作局谢辉副局长。
And Mr. Xie Hui, Deputy Director of the Bureau of International Cooperation.
中华人民共和国外交部亚洲司季荣参赞。
Councillor Madam Ji Rong, from the Deputy Director General of Department of Asian Affairs, from Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the People's Republic of China.
中国医药集团有限公司刘进珍董事长，
And from Sinopharm Group, Chairman Mr. Liu Jingzhen.
中国医药集团有限公司石胜仪副总经理，
And Madam Shi Shengyi, the Vice President.
中国国际医药卫生有限公司李灿总经理，
And from China Sinopharm International Corporation, President Li Can.
中国生物技术股份有限公司朱晶晶副总裁，
And the Vice President, Mr. Zhu Jingjing from Sinopharm CMBG.
孟加拉国驻华公使纳兹尔·鲁尔·伊斯兰博士，
And also from Embassy of the People's Republic Bangladesh in China, Minister and DCM, Honorable His Excellency Dr. M. Nazrul Islam.
武官马布布阿拉姆先生，
Defense Advisor, Honorable His Excellency S.M. Mahbub Ui Alam.
经济参赞贾汉吉尔先生，
And the Economic Counselor, Honorable His Excellency A.H.M. Jahangir.
让我们大家以热烈的掌声欢迎各位领导和嘉宾出席并见证此次签约仪式。
So let's give them a round of warm applause again for their presence today at the important moment at the signing ceremony.
今天仪式还有新华社、中央电视台、人民日报、中国国际电视台、经济参考报、科技日报、中国日报、中国纪检监察报、人民网、环球网等媒体记者朋友。在此，我们对媒体朋友在疫情期间拨冗出席此次签约仪式表示真正的感谢和热烈的欢迎。
And also attending today's ceremony are journalists and media friends from Xinhua News Agency, CCTV, People's Daily, CGTN, Economic Information Daily, Science and Technology Daily, China Daily, China Discipline Inspection Daily, People's Daily Online, Global Times, and so on. On behalf of Sinopharm, I'd like to express our sincere gratitude and warm welcome to all of you who have taken your time to attend today's signing ceremony, even during the pandemic.
下面中方发言正式开程，首先有请中国医药集团有限公司董事长刘进珍先生致辞。
First of all, I would like to invite Mr. Liu Jingzhen, Chairman of Sinopharm Group, to deliver his remarks. Welcome.
尊敬的马利克部长阁下、赫门部长阁下、达曼大使阁下、穆克塔菲尔董事长阁下，尊敬的李基明大使、吉荣参赞、柳长春局长、谢会长，尊敬的各位来宾、女士们、先生们，大家晚上好。
So, distinguished, Honorable His Excellency, Minister Malik, distinguished Honorable His Excellency, Minister A.K. Abdul Mumem, Honorable His Excellency, Mahab Uz Zaman, Honorable His Excellency Abdul Muqtadir, and distinguished Ambassador Li Jiming, and distinguished Councillor Madam Ji Rong, Deputy Director Liu Changsen, and Deputy Director Xie Hui. Distinguished leaders, guests, and dear friends, good evening.
非常高兴，今天我能在中国北京。 我仅代表国药集团对大家的到来表示欢迎。
I'm very glad that people here in Beijing, China, and there in Dhaka, Bangladesh can together witness this important moment today. And on behalf of Sinopharm, I'd like to extend a warm welcome and sincere thanks to all of you for your time.
国药集团是中国唯一。 2021年财务109位，在世界医药工业企业国药集团是全球唯一独立自主、成功研发。
So Sinopharm is the only central government-owned enterprise in China that focuses on medicine and health, and is the largest pharmaceutical and health industry group in China, ranking 109th in the Fortune Global 500 in 2021. And Sinopharm also ranks top 3 among the pharmaceutical industrial companies across the whole world. And we are the only company in the world with 3 vaccine products along 2 technical routes.
在这次席卷全球的环境中，国药集团全员做好利用物药，全力加速疫苗研发等各项工作，为坚决打赢国内疫情，也为全球贡献了国药力量。
So, with COVID-19 sweeping the whole world, Sinopharm has mobilized all staff and made all-out efforts to provide medical supplies, drugs, and equipment at home and abroad, and accelerated the work of vaccine research and development, emergency production, medical treatment, and pandemic prevention and control in order to win the fight against COVID-19 in China and contribute Sinopharm's strength to the global battle against the pandemic. And Sinopharm has provided more than 3 billion pieces of medical production materials to more than 130 countries and regions. And among them, many batches of the masks, protective clothing, and other preventive materials presented by the Chinese government to Bangladesh were provided by Sinopharm.
国药集团向130多个国家和地区。 我政府向孟加拉国赠送的多批口罩、防护服等防疫药集团的提供。
So we have provided to over 130 countries and regions more than 3 billion pieces of medical protection materials and equipment, and many batches of preventive materials, including masks and protecting clothing, presented by Chinese government to Bangladesh were provided by Sinopharm.
在新冠疫苗研发中，国药集团坚决落实和各国紧急使用，支援全球的抗疫。
With the successful development of COVID-19 vaccines, Sinopharm resolutely implemented President Xi's initiative that Chinese vaccine is a global public good, and we've made every effort to expand our production, actively applied for WHO certification and emergency use authorization in various countries to support the global fight against the pandemic.
新冠疫苗是第一支获得世卫组织紧急使用认证的中国，并在9个国家证实，在98个国家地区国际组织获批准入使用。
Sinopharm vaccine is the first Chinese vaccine to be certified by WHO for emergency use and has been registered to be listed in 9 countries and approved for entry into 98 countries, regions, and international organizations.
国药集团已向全球87个国家和地区供应了新冠疫苗，使用人群覆盖190多个国别。 有60多个国家元首和政府首脑接种了国药集团新冠疫苗。
Sinopharm has supplied vaccines to 87 countries and regions worldwide, covering people from more than 190 nationalities, and more than 60 heads of state and dignitaries have received Sinopharm vaccine.
来自真实世界的使用数据。 充分证实了我们疫苗的安全性、有效性，以及对各种新冠病毒变异毒株具有良好的保护效果。
Data from real world fully confirm the vaccine's safety, efficacy, and excellent protection against the various new variants.
国药集团还向新冠肺炎疫苗实施计划交付了957万剂疫苗，其中347万剂已运抵孟加拉国，并将继续为构筑全球免疫屏障做出重要贡献。
And Sinopharm has also delivered 9.57 million doses of vaccine to COVAX, of which 3.47 million doses have arrived in Bangladesh and have made and will continue to contribute to building a global immune barrier.
孟加拉国有着超过 1.6 亿人口，巨大的人口密度使得疫情形势更加严峻复杂。中国有句俗语，远亲不如近邻。作为友好邻邦，我们非常愿意在这场人类与新冠病毒的战斗中，向孟加拉国人民伸出友谊之手。
And with a population of more than 160 million, Bangladesh's huge population density makes the epidemic situation even more critical and complex. As an ancient Chinese saying goes, a good neighbor is better than a brother far off. And as a friendly neighbor, we are more than willing to extend a hand of friendship to the people of Bangladesh in this battle against COVID-19.
自今年5月份起，通过各种形式，国药集团已经向孟加拉国提供了1357万剂新冠疫苗，另外900万剂新冠疫苗也整装待发。
And since May this year, Sinopharm has provided 13.57 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines to Bangladesh through various forms, and another 9 million doses are ready for delivery.
国药集团还将继续向孟加拉国政府提供6000万剂新冠疫苗，以充足的疫苗供应缓解孟加拉国抗疫的燃眉之急。
Sinopharm will continue to provide 60 million doses of vaccine to Bangladesh government to alleviate their urgent need to fight against the epidemic with very sufficient vaccine supplies.
与此同时，我们今天将签署国药集团与英塞普塔公司在孟加拉国当地进行半成品分装的合作协议。协议落地后，英塞普塔公司每月将在孟加拉国内分装至少500万剂新冠疫苗，用于当地疫情防控，这也是两国人民深厚友谊的体现。
And at the same time, we will also sign a cooperation contract between Sinopharm and Incepta for the local dispensing of semi-finished products in Bangladesh. After the contract is finalized, Incepta will dispense and distribute 5 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines in Bangladesh every month for a better local epidemic prevention and control. This also reflects the profound friendship between the two peoples.
在此，衷心感谢孟加拉国政府和人民对国药集团的信任。
And here, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to Bangladeshi government and people for their trust in Sinopharm.
未来，国药集团将继续积极践行习近平主席关于构建人类卫生健康共同体的倡议，为孟加拉国战胜新冠疫情提供支持，也愿意为孟加拉国提升医疗卫生系统水平，促进孟加拉国人民健康福祉，贡献国药智慧和力量。
And in the future, Sinopharm will continue to actively practice President Xi Jinping's initiative of building a health community for mankind as a whole and provide support for Bangladesh to overcome the pandemic. And we're also willing to contribute Sinopharm's wisdom and strength to improve Bangladesh's medical and health system and promote the health and well-being of the Bangladeshi people.
预祝我们的合作圆满成功，祝愿中孟两国友谊地久天长。谢谢大家。
And I wish our cooperation a great success, and I hope the friendship between China and Bangladesh will last forever.
感谢刘董事长的致辞。
Thank you, Chairman Liu, for your wonderful remarks.
下一项议题，有请中华人民共和国外交部亚洲司季荣参赞发言，大家欢迎。
And next, we'll give the floor to Councillor Madam Ji Rong, representing Department of Asian Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of People's Republic of China.
尊敬的各位领导、各位同事、朋友们，大家好。很高兴出席今天的签约仪式。首先，祝贺国药集团与孟加拉国政府 Inactivated 公司签署协议，开展疫苗灌装生产和大批量采购合作。这标志着中孟两国疫苗合作正在向更高水平迈进，体现了中国为推动疫苗可及性和可负担性所做的积极努力。 也体现了孟加拉国政府保障疫苗供应安全、维护人民健康的坚强决心。
Distinguished leaders, dear colleagues and friends, good afternoon. I'm very happy to attend today's signing ceremony. First of all, congratulations to Sinopharm signing on the vaccines cooperation with Incepta and the government of Bangladesh to have a larger scale vaccine filling, production, and bulk purchase. This marks that our bilateral cooperation will move to a higher level, and it also reflects China's contribution to improve the affordability and accessibility of vaccine products. It also represents the Bangladeshi government's resolution to secure safe supplies of the vaccines and protect people's health.
前不久，习近平主席向新冠肺炎疫苗合作论坛首次会议发表书面致辞，表示中国始终秉持人类卫生健康共同体理念，向世界特别是广大发展中国家提供疫苗，积极开展合作生产。中国会继续尽己所能，帮助广大发展中国家应对疫情。 我们愿同国际社会一道，推进疫苗国际合作进程，推动构建人类命运共同体。
And not long ago, President Xi sent a written message to the inaugural meeting of COVID-19 Cooperation Forum, saying that China will always adhere to the common concept of health community for mankind as a whole, and we will provide vaccine products to all countries, especially the developing countries, and we will actively work together on the production and distribution of the vaccines. And China will do its utmost to help the developing countries to cope with COVID-19. And we're willing to work together with the international community to promote the international cooperation on vaccine issues and together build up the community of shared future for mankind as a whole.
中国和孟加拉国是友好近邻，建交46年来，两国始终相互信任、相互支持。今年，习近平主席向孟加拉国纪念国父穆吉布拉赫曼诞辰100周年及庆祝独立50周年活动发表视频致辞。哈希纳总理祝贺中国共产党100年华诞。 两位领导人在博鳌亚洲论坛2021年年会开幕式上分别发表主旨演讲和致辞，推动两国关系迈上新的台阶。
China and Bangladesh have been good neighbors since 46 years ago, when both countries established diplomatic relations, and both countries have been trusting and supporting each other all along. This year, President Xi sent a video message to mark Bangladeshi founding father Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's birth centenary, and also the 50th anniversary of the national independence of Bangladesh. And also, Her Excellency Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina congratulated China on the 100th anniversary of Communist Party of China. Both leaders also delivered keynote speeches on the opening ceremony of Boao Forum of Asia 2021 to bring the bilateral relationship between both countries to a new high.
面对来势汹汹的新冠肺炎疫情，中孟两国人民同舟共济，守望相助，共克时艰，建立了发展中国家友好互助的典范。当前，我们正积极落实王毅国务委员兼外长在中阿巴尼斯孟6国外长合作应对新冠肺炎疫情外长视频会议上的承诺，加快推进同孟加拉国的疫苗合作。正如刚才刘敬珍董事长所介绍的，中方已通过无偿援助、商业采购，以及新冠疫苗实施计划等方式和渠道，向孟方提供了大量的疫苗。帮助孟加拉国人民抗击疫情。
So facing the raging pandemic globally, people from China and Bangladesh are working together as passengers on the same boat to overcome the crisis of the time. And we have established a good example of friendly cooperation between developing countries. And now we are actively implementing the promise made by State Councilor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi at the video conference of ministers from 6 countries, including China and Bangladesh, to enhance cooperation to produce and distribute COVID-19 vaccines. And we would like to accelerate our vaccine cooperation with Bangladesh. And just as Chairman Liu introduced, we have provided large volumes of vaccine products to Bangladesh through free of charge assistance and commercial procurement, as well as by implementing the plan called COVAX.
下一步，中方愿继续尽己所能，同孟方一道，落实好两国领导人共识，携手应对疫情，共同维护两国及本地区的公共卫生安全和经济发展势头，推动中孟战略合作伙伴关系再上新的台阶。最后，预祝中孟两国疫苗灌装合作顺利，早日帮助孟加拉国人民战胜疫情。谢谢大家。
For our next step, China is willing to do its utmost to help our Bangladeshi counterparts to implement well the consensus reached by both leaders and work together to confront the pandemic. And hopefully we can, by our cooperation, safeguard the public health safety of both countries and as well as the economic growth impetus and promote the strategic relationship between China and Bangladesh to move towards a new and higher level. And finally, I wish the vaccine cooperation between China and Bangladesh a great success and hope it can help Bangladeshi people overcome the pandemic as soon as possible. Thank you for your listening.
感谢季荣参赞的致辞，中方发言已经结束，下面致辞环节转向打卡。有请 Alam 局长继续主持。
Thank you, Madam Jirong, for your wonderful speech. Now we've finished the keynote session at the Chinese venue. We're going to hand over back to the floor at Dhaka, and we would like to invite His Excellency Dr. Alam to continue with the session.
Thank you, Mr. Fu Qiang, Mr. Liu Jing'an, and Mrs. Ji Rong for your inspiring speech. Now, I would like to invite our special guest, Mr. Abdul Muqtadir, Chairman Incepta Vaccine Limited, to deliver his speech.
Assalamu alaikum. Respected Chairman of today's session, Mr. Lokmal Hussain Mian, Honorable Senior Secretary, Health Ministry, Health Services Division. We have seen that since his joining, people witnessed him working during weekdays and weekends to ensure that everything is in the right direction. We are lucky to have a person of his stature in this crisis period. Respected Chief Guest of today's program, Mr. Zahid Malik MP, Honorable Health Minister. He is the longest serving Health Minister of Bangladesh, and he is steering the responsibility of this ministry at a time of unprecedented crisis. Such crisis usually comes once in a century. Despite almost insurmountable adversities, he was able to bring practical solutions because of his calm and leisure-focused determination. Today's guest of honor, respected Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen MP, Honorable Foreign Minister, who has been providing unconditional support to all of us. His diplomacy in search of a scarcely available COVID vaccine has spanned from Beijing to Brussels, Moscow to Maryland, and many other places. His very frank and open approach helped the country to make the right connections. The special guest, respected Masood bin Momen, Honorable Senior Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The pharma industry is grateful to you for all your support in expanding our market network throughout the globe. His Excellency, respected Mr. Li Zimin, Honorable Ambassador of the People's Republic of China in Bangladesh, is another special guest to this program. He has been instrumental in providing all required support to Bangladesh. Special guest, respected Major General Dr. Mahbubur Rahman, Honorable Director General of Drug Administration, who has been working day and night during this COVID emergency period in order to keep the supply of medicines, diagnostics, and vaccines available in our country. The special guest, respected Professor Abul Bashar Muhammad Khurshid Alam, Honorable Director General of Health Services, who has been at the epicenter of all healthcare activities, including treatment of millions of COVID patients and inoculation of millions of doses of vaccines. Respected other participants of today's session, journalists, high officials from different organizations, Chinese Embassy in Dhaka, participants from Sinopharm in Beijing, and officials from Incepta, a very good afternoon to you all. We are in the month of August when we lost the father of nation, and our Honorable Prime Minister lost all her family members except one sister. In a month of grief and pain, which cannot be described in words, we pray to Almighty so that our father of nation and all the martyrs of 15th August rest in peace in Jannatul Firdaus. Today, we have gathered to witness the signing of Memorandum of Understanding between the Ministry of Health, China National Biotech Group Company Limited, China Sinopharm International Corporation, and Incepta in order to co-produce COVID-19 vaccine. It is very pertinent to especially express our gratitude to Mr. Liu Xingzhen, Ms. Shi Chengyi, Mr. Li Kan, Mr. Zhu Xingzhen, and Mr. Kevin Fu, who have been instrumental to take this project forward. Mr. Yan Hualong from Chinese Embassy, who also deserves special thanks. His Excellency, Mr. Mahbub Zaman, Ambassador of Bangladesh in China, also played very critical role. I also must express my personal gratitude to DGDA, Major General Mr. Dr. Mahbub, for his strong determination to produce this vaccine locally. He very often said, we must produce the vaccine here in Bangladesh. I must also mention the support and the encouragement that we received from the Honorable Principal Secretary. At this MOU, after this MOU, everybody, especially from the media, would like to know when the vaccine will be available. It requires some technical and production issues and regulatory matters to become completed before commencement of production. Together with Sinopharm and DGD office, we have to finish these forthcoming works. In parallel, we'll also work with Health Ministry to resolve commercial and supply issues. For practical reasons, we are unable to fix a definite time at this moment, but we can assure you that we would work hard to make it as soon as possible. As a national company, Incepta has always been associated with various government programs, be it storage of vaccine at ultra-low temperature or supply of emergency medicine. Definitely, the production of this particular vaccine locally will increase the access of this particular vaccine to our people. We'll really work hard to make it possible so that our people get the vaccine as soon as possible. In this month of August, we must convert pain into power, our sense of grief into great achievement. Let no temporary progress make us complacent or content until we overcome this crisis. This room is full of highly competent people with high commitment, and together we will, inshallah, bring success to make the dream of our father of nation a reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abdul Muqtadir, for your deliberation. Now I would like to invite our special guest, Major General Mohammad Mahbubur Rahman, Director General, Department of Drug Administration, to deliver his speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Chair of this signing ceremony, Mr. Luqman Hussain Mia, Honorable Senior Secretary, Health Division, Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Jahid Malik MP, Honorable Minister, Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Honorable Guest of Honor, Mr. A.K. Abdul Momin, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Ghulam Muqtadir, Chairman, Institute of Pharmaceuticals, His Excellency, Mr. Li Jiming, Honorable Ambassador of China to Bangladesh, other special guests, and Mr. Li Ken, Chairman, Sinopharm International Limited in China, and his team, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and very good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the month of August. It's the month of mourning. And in the very beginning, I want to pay my deepest regards to the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and his family members who were brutally killed in 15 August 1975. Ladies and gentlemen, today, this is a great day for Bangladesh because we are going to produce COVID-19 vaccine in our country. And in this journey, our Honorable Prime Minister, who has given his clear message and directives that COVID vaccine has to be manufactured in our country. And in persuasion of this message, in fact, all the stakeholders of our country, as well as in our embassy in China, we work together relentlessly, and as a result, this signing of ceremony has been possible. As you know, that Bangladesh pharmaceutical sector is doing actually excellent. Its contribution regarding in this pandemic is, I think, very praiseworthy. During this COVID situation, we did not face any problem with the medicines. We didn't feel any shortage of any kind of medicine. Rather, any medicine which has been just manufactured in Western country, even in the America, within say 2 weeks time, we manufacture those medicine in our country. I can mention the name of Remdesivir. We manufactured those medicine just immediately after when it came in the market in USA. And as of today, we have exported this medicine, say more than 35 countries, and worth of US dollar, say 35 million US dollar. So it's a great achievement for Bangladesh, I think. And another thing is that Bangladesh is now self-sufficient in our generic medicine and small molecules. We actually fulfill 97% of our requirement. Only we need to import 3% of our national requirement. And we also export this medicine more than 150 countries. So actually this is a great achievement for Bangladesh. And regarding vaccines, if we say about the vaccines, you know that Bangladesh is a vaccine manufacturing country, indeed. Actually, our Institute of Pharmaceuticals and another popular pharmaceuticals, they manufacture vaccines. We can manufacture 9 vaccines, and out of this 9 vaccines, 3 from master cell. Actually, it's a great achievement. And the capacity of our this manufacturing plant is huge. Say, if I talk about Institute of Pharmaceuticals, they can manufacture 4.2 million doses of vaccines if it is single dose vaccine per month. And if it is 10 doses per vial, then it is 42 million doses per month. So it's a huge capacity, but this capacity was underutilized. So from the very beginning, we tried to highlight this, our capacity to world community that we have the capacity and capability of manufacturing vaccine, but we need some support from our friends so that we can manufacture this vaccine in our country. And with this actually effort and persuasion, today Sinopharm China and the Institute of Pharmaceuticals and the government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, we are signing this ceremony. And after that, inshallah, that manufacturing will be start in Bangladesh. And when this vaccine will be produced or manufactured in Bangladesh, we will be able to meet our national requirement, as well as we will be able to export these vaccines in the foreign countries, in the neighboring countries also. So that will be great things to do in Bangladesh. So in this connection, I would express my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to all concerned, especially our Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Actually, they took lead role in this aspect. And our ambassador in China, he also worked day and night, I know. And our ambassador of China in Bangladesh, Mr. Li Jiming, he was very much concerned from the very beginning to support Bangladesh. And today, this signing ceremony, actually, this is the reality of that dream. So with this, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that this is just beginning. There are a lot of avenues also, say in the field of API, in the field of reagent, in the field of medical equipments. China and Bangladesh can build friendship and partnership. So I wish all the success of this effort. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Major General Mohammad Mahbubur Rahman. Now, I would like to invite our special guest, His Excellency, Mr. Li Jiming. Mr. Li Jiming, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China in Bangladesh, to deliver his speech.
Your Excellency, Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen, MP and Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs. Your Excellency, Zahid Malik, MP, Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare. Excellencies, friends from the media, and ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would express my congratulations on the signing of the MOU of cooperation for COVID-19 vaccine in Bangladesh. Both sides have worked very hard toward the same goal, and both governments have given necessary support to this end. The world today is still in the grip of COVID pandemic. As the virus continues to mutate and wreak havoc, putting it under control remains our top priority. In the battle, vaccines are of vital importance. However, the immunization gap remains a prominent challenge to the world and deserves high attention from the international community. At the 73rd World Health Assembly, held in May last year, Chinese President Xi Jinping solemnly announced that Chinese vaccines will be made a global public good as China's contributions to ensure vaccine accessibility and affordability in developing countries. China is steadily delivering on this commitment. Ladies and gentlemen, China believes that people's life and health must always be the first priority, and they must not be preceded by economic, political, or other interest. To win this fight against the pandemic, where humanity's future is at stake, solidarity and cooperation is the only right choice. In order to do so, at least 3 deficits need to be addressed. First, the distribution deficit. Vaccines should be shared with greater intensity and speed to make them accessible and to make them accessible to and affordable for developing countries as quickly as possible, especially the least developed countries. China acted quickly to provide vaccines to fellow developing countries in need. Although China's vaccine production capacity has yet to reach a sizable scale, and the domestic demand for vaccination has been rising sharply, China has already donated and is donating vaccines to over 100 countries through bilateral or international channels, and is exporting vaccines to over 60 countries. The total number has exceeded 800 million doses, the largest in the world. China has also provided vaccines to COVAX, UN peacekeepers, and International Olympic Committee. The safety and efficacy of Chinese vaccines have gained authoritative recognition internationally. We are striving to provide 2 billion doses to the world in the course of this year. At the bilateral level, China is one of the most reliable partners of Bangladesh in terms of vaccine cooperation. So far, China has provided 2.1 million doses of Sinopharm vaccine as gift to Bangladesh, and 3.4 million doses under the COVAX facility, and 8 million doses as part of an arrangement of a large-scale commercial purchase. Secondly, the production deficit. While ramping up total supply, producing countries should also support developing countries, including Bangladesh, through joint production and safeguard the global supply chain of raw materials. China acted quickly to work with other developing countries on vaccine production. The UAE, Egypt, Indonesia, and Brazil, for example, have become the first countries in their respective regions to have COVID vaccine production capacity in collaboration with China. And today, I'm proud to see that with the beginning of local production of Sinopharm vaccine together with Inceptor to be launched here soon, Bangladesh will be the next to have that capacity. Thirdly, the cooperation deficit. After the successful signing ceremony today, the vaccine cooperation between our 2 countries has become a role model in this region. From this example, we can see that vaccine cooperation requires great solidarity and sense of responsibility, and full mobilization of governments, businesses, and so forth to form synergy. Recently, you may have noticed the political virus is posing an ever-increasing threat to the global anti-pandemic cooperation, especially in the field of the COVID-19 virus origin tracing process. Ladies and gentlemen, China believes that tracing the origin of the virus is very, very important, and it could give us clues to predict and prevent future pandemics like this. Whereas the COVID-19 origin tracing is a serious scientific issue that should not be manipulated by politics and can only be done by scientists, not by politicians or intelligence personnel of any country. Taking this good opportunity, I'd like to make it very clear to our friends here that China does not oppose origin tracing study. What we oppose is origin study based on politics and using politicized origin tracing as a tool to exhaust China's diplomatic resources. In fact, with full support of China, the first one origin study led by WHO has reached conclusions widely recognized by the international community and the global scientists. And it should and must be upheld as a guidance for any future work. Under certain pressure, the plan for phase 2 origin tracing recently circulated by the WHO secretariats runs unfortunately against its work in phase 1. The plan doesn't solicit the opinions of the WHO member states and doesn't reflect the WHA resolution. And therefore, it is no surprise that more than 70 countries, including Bangladesh, have expressed their dissatisfaction of the plan in different ways. Here, I would like to thank Bangladesh for respecting science, multilateralism, and justice by doing so. And I am sure that our anti-pandemic cooperation will only become stronger and more fruitful, thus further contributing to the global fight against COVID-19. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to underscore that in carrying out vaccine cooperation, China has no political motive or economical calculations, and China does not attach any political strings. The only purpose of China is to make vaccines a global public good that truly serves the people's interest and help the world defeat the pandemic at an early date. To this end, China will take further actions. We will continue increasing production capacity steadily, provide more accessible and affordable vaccines to meet the needs of developing countries, including Bangladesh, and supporting the WTO to making an early decision on IP waiver of vaccine technology. Ladies and gentlemen, let's work together to build a great war against COVID-19, protect the health of our people and humanity, win the victory over the pandemic with solidarity, and build a global community of health for all. Thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency, Mr. Li Jiming, for your speech. Now, I would like to invite our special guest, Mr. Masood bin Momen, Senior Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to deliver his speech.
Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. Shubha Aparanna. During this month of mourning, at the outset, let me express our deepest respect and condolences for the death of Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and other martyrs of 15th August. Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Jahid Malik, MP, His Excellency, the Health Minister of Bangladesh, Honorable Foreign Minister Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen MP, and our chair of today's session at our end, my esteemed and dear colleague, Mr. Luqman, Senior Secretary of Health Ministry. Also in the podium, my good colleague, Mr. His Excellency Li Jiming, Ambassador of People's Republic of China to Bangladesh, and my colleagues, DG Health and DGDA, and also colleagues from the Foreign Ministry and also colleagues from the Health Ministry and other related bodies present here. We also have a big contingent from Sinopharm in Beijing, sitting with our ambassador, Mr. Mahbubuzzaman, and his team. So I congratulate Sinopharm, its chair, its vice presidents, and also Mr. Abdul Muqtadir, the chair of Incepta Vaccines Limited, on this very special occasion where we are going to sign the co-production MOU between Incepta and Sinopharm. We have actually come a long way from the Wuhan days. I remember Honorable Health Minister came to the airport on a Friday, and Dr. Flora was there and all of us were there planning how to bring back our students from Wuhan. So we have come a long way from those days, and now not only in terms of vaccine availability, but we have reached a very special occasion of vaccine, the possibility of vaccine co-production in Bangladesh. Our Honorable Prime Minister has been saying all along that vaccine should be declared as a global public good, where the rights of all people to have vaccine should be ensured by the international community. Still, we have been seeing vaccines are not available or not made available to all the people who need them, and these are often made politicized. As a result, vaccine discrimination is also going on. We are lucky in Bangladesh that under the directive of the Honorable Prime Minister and also her Principal Secretary, Dr. Ahmed Kaikwas, we have been coordinating with all concerned about vaccine procurement from different sources, not only from China. But of course, China being an important source, we have been discussing with them the possibility of co-production. And although it took some time, but we have reached that stage where this co-production is not only a dream, but coming to as a reality. But I would like to go one step forward and request our Sinopharm colleagues if we could be provided also with seeds or formula so that it can be produced totally in Bangladesh. We have the capability with Incepta Pharmaceuticals and Incepta Vaccines to that. So therefore this I would like to see as only the first step towards that goal. I would not like to say too much, but just to mention that China has been helping Bangladesh, and we are also cooperating with them in terms of various programs and initiatives, especially under the umbrella of 6-country cooperation. They call it vaccine cooperation, but actually also poverty alleviation and other interesting ideas have been mooted through these 6-country cooperation, and we are going ahead. And our Honorable Foreign Minister has been in regular touch with the Chinese Foreign Minister on these and other cooperation. So I'd like to thank People's Republic of China and also my colleagues in Beijing mission for relentlessly pursuing the vaccine diplomacy from Beijing. And here in Dhaka, we are getting all cooperation from all concerned, including the various health ministry outfits, and led from the front by the Honorable Health Minister and also my colleague, Mr. Luqman, the Senior Secretary of Health Ministry. We are in touch almost every day, day and night, weekends and weekdays whenever it is required, and we have excellent understanding and cooperation. So I hope that on this special occasion we can বাংলায় আমরা বলি যে আমাদের এই 15 আগস্টের যে শোকের মাসকে আমরা শক্তিতে পরিণত করব. So this is another example how we can transform our grief into strength by realizing the dream of the father of the nation to become self-reliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Masood bin Momen. Now I would like to invite our guest of honor, Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen. Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to deliver his speech.
Honorable Health Minister, Mr. Jahid Malik, all protocols observed, the representatives of Chinese government, the Bangladesh government, the Sinopharm, Incepta, and my good friends in front of me. Thank you very much for coming to this very historic event. And all the friends in the other side, due to the digital, technology, we could see people even in Beijing. Thank you very much. You have learned by this time that we are organizing a historic day for Bangladesh and Chinese friendship and partnership. We know that this Covet can only be eliminated from this planet Earth through cooperation and partnership. And today we are signing an agreement with the Chinese Sinopharm, our Incepta, Mr. Muqtadir is here, and of course the Ministry of Health, the Director General of Health, the government of Bangladesh. This is an example of great partnership. We have started an excellent partnership between Bangladesh government, Sinopharm, and Incepta. And I thank all of them for this great partnership. This is the way to stop this particular COVID pandemic. I would like to, this is the month of our, the Shuker Mas, a Dukkher Mas. এবং এই মাসে একাধিক দুর্ঘটনা হয়েছে। আমাদের এই মাসে জাতির জনক, হাজার বছরের শ্রেষ্ঠ সন্তান বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ মুজিবুর রহমান সহ তার পরিবারের 18 জন লোক এই অগাস্ট মাসে নির্মমভাবে তাদের হত্যা করা হয়। আমি শুরুতেই তাদের রুহের মাগফিরাত কামনা করি। The Bangladesh and China government have been very supportive of each other. When there was COVID in Wuhan, the Bangladesh Prime Minister sent, the PPEs and sanitizers and many other helps. We did help at the time the People's Republic of China and their people. But China has also been very supportive of us. Even not only the government, in addition to government, private sector like Alibaba, like Jack Ma, they also donated, the medical equipments to us. And Chinese government, I'm thankful to the Chinese government, they provided a gift of 2.1 million vaccines. In addition, they provided 4 million Sinopharm vaccines through Covet. And we are lucky that they agreed to provide us the vaccines. We have made contract initially for 15 million vaccines. They have possibly delivered by now around 8 million. And hopefully very shortly, they will deliver the rest of the 7 million. In addition, We have recently asked for another 60 million vaccine from China. And we were talking to Chinese Ambassador Li Jiming, and we would like to get the confirmation as soon as possible. I must let you know that when I was talking to the Chinese foreign minister, and I was narrating him that we started this vaccine program as early as February this 2021. But unfortunately, we are supposed to get a lot of vaccine, but there has been some disruption. And as a result, our vaccination program got halt. Chinese foreign minister assured me that there will be no disruption. And he has created an organization under his initiative. There is a 6-country COVID vaccine emergency storage facility. And he said, he assures there would not be any disruption. And I'm looking forward to that. I hope, because we need plenty of vaccines. We have around 170 million people, 165 million. And if you want to give vaccines to all, 80% of them, you need around 265 million vaccines, doses of vaccines. We are open to receiving vaccine from many countries. Besides China, we are also receiving vaccine from other countries under COVAX. And we will try to pursue, because we want to have steady flow of vaccine. And I would request China again that, please try to help us out. I'm so pleased that today we have signed this co-production arrangement with China. And my people, দেশের লোকজন জানেন আমাদের ভ্যাকসিনের আর সমস্যা হবে না, আমরা এখানেই তৈরি করব, and at an affordable, সস্তা, আমাদের সহজভাবে যাতে। I must let you know যে সরকার ভ্যাকসিন বিদেশ থেকে অনেক টাকা দিয়ে কিনে, আর অনেক টাকা দিয়ে, আর সেইটা আপনাদের বিনা পয়সায় মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী বিনা পয়সায় সবার কাছে ভ্যাকসিন পাঠান। তবে ভ্যাকসিন হচ্ছে আপনার এই কোভিড থেকে দূরে থাকার একটি বড় আপনার কি বলবো একটি পদ্ধতি। তবে তার চেয়ে বড় পদ্ধতি হলো যে আপনারা স্বাস্থ্যবিধি মেনে চলবেন, একে অপর থেকে আরেকটু দূরে থাকবেন। মাস্ক আমি খুলেছি, যেহেতু মাস্ক পরে থাকবেন। আর যুদ্ধ, আমি প্রায় বলি যুদ্ধ লাগলে, এখন কোভিড একটা যুদ্ধ লাগলে আপনি নিজের থেকেই নিরাপদ আশ্রয়ে আপনার থাকেন। আপনি নিজের থেকে, কেউ বলে না আপনাকে যে আপনি নিরাপদে থাকেন। এখন কোভিড একটা যুদ্ধ, এই যুদ্ধের সময় আপনি সজ্ঞান, আপনি বুঝেন, জানেন, এই কোভিড থেকে মুক্তির জন্য আপনি স্বাস্থ্যবিধি মেনে চলবেন, নিজের তাগিদে, নিজের পরিবারের জন্য, নিজের পাড়াপড়শির জন্য, নিজের বন্ধু বান্ধবদের, দেশের মানুষের জন্য। এইটা যদি করেন, কারণ আমরা হাসপাতাল তৈরি করে আইসিইউ বেড দিয়ে, অক্সিজেনেটর দিয়ে, আপনার ভেন্টিলেটর দিয়ে কুলাতে পারবো না। আপনাদের দায়িত্ব নিতে হবে। আমি দেশের জনগণকে বিশেষ করে অনুরোধ করব যে আজকে একটি ঐতিহাসিক দিন, যেখানে আপনি এই দেশে ভ্যাকসিন প্রোডাকশন করব, কিন্তু দিস ইজ নট এনাফ। আপনাদের এই স্বাস্থ্যবিধি মেনে যাতে অসুখটা আপনার দ্বারের কাছে না আসে, এইটা যদি করেন তাহলে আমাদের প্রচেষ্টা সাকসেসফুল। মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী চান যে আপনারা ভ্যাকসিনের জন্য কেউ যাতে অভাব ফিল না করে, কিন্তু সেই সাথে আমরা চাই আপনারা স্বাস্থ্যবিধি মেনে চলবেন। Maybe I should conclude here by expressing my sincere thanks to the government and the people of the Republic of China for their continuous support. I'm also sure this memorandum of cooperation will soon enable Bangladesh to produce COVID vaccine locally, and the continuous supply chain of vaccine will be maintained. I'd also like to congratulate Sinopharm International Corporation, Incepta Vaccine Limited, for being a part of this historic event, and wish them every success. I also acknowledge the amazing and relentless work that is being done by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. There have been many critics. কথা বলতে খুব সহজ, কথাবার্তা খুব সহজে বলা যায়, কাজের সময় গেলে ঝামেলা। আমরা we work as a team, and so far I must say we did better than many countries. And pray for us so that এই কোভিড সমস্যা আমাদের দেশ থেকে জুড়ে যায় আর আমরা জানি এই আবার নরমাল জীবন পালন করতে পারি। আপনাদের অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ, আপনাদের দোয়া চাই। জয় বাংলা, জয় বঙ্গবন্ধু।
Thank you, Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen, for your valuable opinion. Now, I would like to invite our chief guest, Mr. Jahid Malik, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, to deliver his speech.
এগুলোর এত এখানে রাখলে আর ই করবো কেমনে? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In this auspicious occasion of signing ceremony of Memorandum on Cooperation for COVID-19 Inactivated Vaccine, in this wonderful occasion, we have with us many honorable dignitaries. We have with us our guest of honor, Dr. A.K.M. Abdul Momen, MP, Honorable Minister, Minister of Foreign Affairs, who have been relentlessly working with us to get vaccine for the people of Bangladesh. My special thanks to the Minister. We have with us today's chair, Mr. Luqman Hussain, Senior Secretary, Health Services Division, Ministry of Health. We have with us Mr. Masood bin Momen, Senior Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, who have been also helping us relentlessly. We more or less talk every day on this vaccine issue. We have a special thanks to His Excellency Mr. Li Jiming, Ambassador of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. So thank you for coming to this occasion in the signing ceremony and for the help that you have been rendering, your country, China, has been rendering. So thank you very much for all the services that you have rendered so far. And our friendship will strengthen in days to come. With us, we have Mr. Abdul Muqtadir, Chairman in SEMTA Vaccine Limited, who has been doing a wonderful job in the pharmaceutical sector, having one of the best companies in Bangladesh, serving the people of Bangladesh, even during in this COVID situation. He has got a very wonderful, a good production line of vaccine, which I have also visited. So thank you for taking the initiative of producing vaccine here. We are with our Professor Abul Bashar Khurshid Alam, Director General of Health Services, Director General of Drug Administration, and also on the other part of China, we have honorable dignitaries who have delivered their speech, especially the Ambassador of Bangladesh in China, Mr. Mahbub-uz-Zaman, and also Mr. Chang Song, Deputy Director General, Department of Asian Affairs. And also our special thanks to Mr. Li Xingzhen, Chairman, Sinopharm. Thank you for extending your help extending the cooperation to produce vaccine in Bangladesh. I also extend my gratitude to Mr. Yang Xiaoming, President Sinopharm, and Mr. Li Ken, President China Sinopharm International Corporation. And thank you all who are sitting in front of us for a long time, and also the media personalities who are covering this occasion. এটা অগস্ট মাস, আপনারা জানেন জাতির জনকের ৪৬তম শাহাদাত বার্ষিকী আমরা পালন করছি। ওনার পরিবারের সদস্যবৃন্দ যারা শহীদ হয়েছেন তাদের যথাযথ মর্যাদার সাথে তাদেরকে আমরা স্মরণ করছি, সকল শহীদদেরকে। এবং পাশাপাশি আমরা স্মরণ করছি এই কোভিড যুদ্ধে আমাদের ডাক্তার, নার্স, অন্যান্য বাহিনীর ব্যক্তিবর্গ, মিডিয়া ব্যক্তিবর্গরা যারা মৃত্যুবরণ করেছে তাদের আত্মার মাগফিরাত কামনা করছি। আমি এই সুযোগে আজকের এই সাইনিং সেরিমনিটা সম্ভব হয়েছে, এই চুক্তিটা সম্ভব হচ্ছে মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী শেখ হাসিনার কারণে। ওনার যে স্বপ্ন যে বাংলাদেশকে সব দিকে স্বয়ংসম্পন্ন করতে হবে, বাংলাদেশকে ভ্যাকসিনেও স্বয়ংসম্পন্ন করতে হবে, আজকে সেই দিনটি, সেই ক্ষণটি, আজকে সেই মাহিদ্র ক্ষণ এসেছে যেখানে আমরা আজকে সই করতে যাচ্ছি একটি চুক্তি, যে চুক্তির মাধ্যমে বাংলাদেশে ভ্যাকসিন তৈরি হবে চায়নার সহযোগিতায় এবং ইনসেপ্টা কোম্পানির মাধ্যমে। মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীর এই স্বপ্ন বাস্তবায়ন হতে যাচ্ছে। আমরা মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীকে ধন্যবাদ জানাই যে উনি এই উদ্যোগটি নিয়েছেন, অনুমোদন করেছেন, এবং আমরা আজকে সেই উদ্যোগ এবং সেই অনুমোদনের মাধ্যমে আমরা বাস্তবায়নের দিকে এগিয়ে যাচ্ছি। আপনারা জানেন কোভিড শুরু থেকেই মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী আমাদেরকে নির্দেশনা দিয়ে যাচ্ছিলেন, আমাদেরকে গাইডেন্স দিয়ে যাচ্ছিলেন। যখন যেটা লাগছে আমরা বলছি, উনি দিয়ে গেছেন। ওষুধের কথা বলছি, উনি দিয়ে গেছেন। অক্সিজেনের লাগবে জেনারেটর, উনি দিয়ে গেছেন। হাসপাতাল বানাতে হবে, ফিল্ড হাসপাতাল বানাতে হবে, অনুমোদন দিয়ে দিয়েছেন। ল্যাব বানাতে হবে, অনেক অনুমোদন পেয়ে গেছি। ভ্যাকসিন ক্রয় করতে হবে, অনুমোদন পেয়ে গেছি। আপনারা জানেন এই কিছুদিন আগেও চায়নার সাথে আমরা ৬ কোটি ভ্যাকসিনের চুক্তি একবারে করেছি, উনি সঙ্গে সঙ্গে অনুমোদন দিয়ে দিয়েছেন। এবং সেই মাধ্যমে আজকে আমরা ভ্যাকসিন তৈরি করার আমরা এখন উদ্যোগ গ্রহণ করেছি। আপনারা জানেন কোভিড চিকিৎসায় অনেক কিছু লাগে, অক্সিজেন লাগে, বেড লাগে, ডাক্তার লাগে, নার্স লাগে, ওষুধ লাগে, ভেন্টিলেটর লাগে, হাই ফ্লো নেজাল ক্যানোলা লাগে, এবং পাশাপাশি ভ্যাকসিনও প্রয়োজন। আমরা ভ্যাকসিন আনার চেষ্টা করেছি, আমরা অনেক ভ্যাকসিন ইতিমধ্যে এনেছি। আপনাদেরকে একটু ধারণা দিতে চাই, এ পর্যন্ত বাংলাদেশ 3,10,00,000 ভ্যাকসিন পেয়েছে। 3,10,00,000 ভ্যাকসিন বাংলাদেশ পেয়েছে, এবং প্রথম ডোজ যেটা দিয়েছে সেটা হলো 1,54,00,000 ডোজ দেওয়া হয়েছে, এবং দ্বিতীয় ডোজ 54,00,000 দেওয়া হয়ে গেছে। ভ্যাকসিন চলমান আছে। এ পর্যন্ত 2 কোটি ডোজ দেওয়া হয়েছে, এবং হাতে আমাদের 1 কোটি ডোজ রয়েছে এখনো। এবং আমাদের বিভিন্ন পর্যায়ে, বিভিন্ন জায়গায় কোভ্যাক্স ফ্যাসিলিটির সাথে আমাদের চুক্তি আছে, চায়নার সাথে চুক্তি আমরা বলেছি, রাশিয়ার সাথেও চুক্তি আছে, এবং এই চুক্তির মাধ্যমে আমরা ভ্যাকসিন আমরা পেতে থাকব। পাশাপাশি আপনারা জানেন ভ্যাকসিন আমাদের অনেক দরকার। আমরা যদি আমাদের 80% লোককে ভ্যাকসিনেট করতে চাই, তাহলে পরে আমাদের প্রায় 13 কোটি লোককে ভ্যাকসিন দিতে হয়। সেই 13 কোটি লোককে যদি ভ্যাকসিন দিতে হয়, যদি 2 ডোজ করে লাগে, তাহলে 26 কোটি ভ্যাকসিন প্রয়োজন হয়। তো কাজেই আমাদের অনেক ভ্যাকসিন প্রয়োজন। আজকে এই সাইনিং এর মাধ্যমে বাংলাদেশে আমি মনে করি খুব তাড়াতাড়ি ভ্যাকসিন তৈরি করা সম্ভব হবে। ইনসেপ্টটা যেহেতু ওনাদের অলরেডি স্থাপনা আছে, হয়তো আরো কিছু অ্যাডজাস্টমেন্ট যদি লাগে করে ওনারা আশ্বস্ত করেছেন যে ভ্যাকসিন খুব তাড়াতাড়ি বাংলাদেশে তৈরি হবে এবং ওনারা দিতে পারবে। এখন আমরা বাল্কে চায়না থেকে ভ্যাকসিন নিয়ে আসা হবে এবং এখানে ফিল ফিনিশ করা হবে এবং সেই ফিল ফিনিশ করে আমরা একটা বিশেষ চুক্তির মাধ্যমে বলেন বা একটা নেগোসিয়েশনের মাধ্যমে সেই ভ্যাকসিনটি বাংলাদেশ গভর্নমেন্ট নিয়ে নিবে এই ইনসেপ্টার কাছ থেকে। এটাই হলো এই চুক্তির সারমর্ম। আমরা জানি যে হয়তো একটু সময় লাগতে পারে, কিন্তু ভ্যাকসিন ইনশাল্লাহ আমাদের দেশে তৈরি হবে। শুধু ইনসেপ্টাই ভ্যাকসিন বা চায়নার সাথে প্রোডাকশনই করবে না। মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী এই নির্দেশনাও দিয়েছে যে তোমরা সরকারিভাবেও ভ্যাকসিন তৈরি করার উদ্যোগ গ্রহণ করো। সেই বিষয়ে আমরা উদ্যোগ গ্রহণ করেছি। আপনারা জানেন ইতিমধ্যে কাজকর্ম এগিয়ে যাচ্ছে। ভ্যাকসিন একটি কার্যকর আজকাল চিকিৎসা ব্যবস্থা। সেই প্রায় 150-200 বছর আগে থেকে শুরু হয়েছে। সেই কাউপক্স থেকে ভ্যাকসিন শুরু হয়েছে সেই আইডিয়াটা। আজকে সে ভ্যাকসিনের মাধ্যমে বাংলাদেশে অনেক কিছু নির্মূল হয়েছে। আমাদের দেশ ভ্যাকসিনের মাধ্যমে সেই স্মল পক্স পৃথিবী থেকে সরে গেছে, আমাদের দেশ থেকেও গেছে। পোলিও মুক্ত হয়েছে, টিটানাস মুক্ত হয়েছে, যার জন্য ভ্যাকসিন, মিজলসও দূর হয়েছে। ভ্যাকসিনের একটি বিরাট ভূমিকার মধ্যে রয়েছে। তা আমরা এখন কোভিড ভ্যাকসিন আমরা বানাবো এবং ইনশাল্লাহ আমরা বিদেশেও আমরা ভ্যাকসিন রপ্তানি করব, আমরা সেই আশা রাখি। এখানে ভ্যাকসিন যদি আজকে এই যে চুক্তির মাধ্যমে এই যে একটা মাইলস্টোন, একটা স্বপ্ন পূরণ হতে যাচ্ছে, এর মাধ্যমে আমরা মনে করি ভ্যাকসিন অ্যাভেলেবিলিটি বেড়ে গেলে পরে আমরা বেশি বেশি ভ্যাকসিন দিতে পারবো। ইনফেকশন কমে যাবে, সংক্রমণ কমে যাবে, পাশাপাশি মৃত্যু কমে যাবে এবং মানুষের মধ্যে আরো বেশি কনফিডেন্স ডেভেলপ করবে, কনফিডেন্স হবে। আমাদের অর্থনীতিতে প্রভাব পড়বে, অর্থনীতি আরো বেশি সচল হবে যদি কিনা আমরা কোভিডকে নিয়ন্ত্রণ করতে পারি এবং স্বাস্থ্য সেবার উপরে প্রেশারও কমে আসবে। এই চুক্তির মাধ্যমে আমাদের দেশের দুই দেশের সম্পর্ক আরো বেশি মজবুত হবে, আরো বেশি কোঅপারেশন আরো বাড়বে। This will strengthen the relationship between Bangladesh and China and it will take it to new heights. That is what we expect. And this future cooperation will grow and grow further with this signing of this ceremony. Already signing of this Memorandum of Understanding. আমাদের স্বপ্ন, মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীর স্বপ্ন আজকে বাস্তবায়ন হচ্ছে এবং আমরা যে চেষ্টা করছি, কাজ করছি সকলে মিলে, আমাদের স্বাস্থ্য মন্ত্রণালয়, আমাদের ফরেন মিনিস্ট্রি, আমাদের সামনে যারা আছেন বিভিন্ন পর্যায়ের ব্যক্তিবর্গ, সকলের চেষ্টায় আমাদের এই স্বপ্ন আজকে বাস্তবায়ন হতে যাচ্ছে। আমরা যারা আজকে এই কাজ করেছেন, নিরলস পরিশ্রম করেছেন এ বিষয়ে, তাদের সকলকে আমার পক্ষ থেকে, আমার মন্ত্রণালয়ের পক্ষ থেকে, মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী শেখ হাসিনার পক্ষ থেকে আন্তরিকভাবে আমি ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি, শুভেচ্ছা জানাচ্ছি যে আপনাদের সহযোগিতার কারণেই আজকে এই সম্ভব হলো আমাদের এই সাইনিং সেরেমনিটা। ভ্যাকসিন খুব প্রয়োজন আমরা জানি। আমাদের মাননীয় মন্ত্রী মহোদয় বলেছেন ভ্যাকসিন একটি উপাদান চিকিৎসার, কিন্তু মূল বিষয়টা হলো যে ভ্যাকসিনের পাশাপাশি আমাদেরকে স্বাস্থ্যবিধি মেনে চলতে হবে, অর্থাৎ মাস্ক পরতে হবে। মাস্ক একটা কার্যকারী একটা মাধ্যম। অনেক দেশে দেখেন আবারও লকডাউন হচ্ছে। আমি একটা উদাহরণ দিই, যেমন অস্ট্রেলিয়াতে এখন কারফিউ দিয়েছে। অস্ট্রেলিয়াতে তো এই কোভিডই ছিল না, কারফিউ দিয়েছে অস্ট্রেলিয়াতে। লকডাউন দিয়েছে, আমেরিকাতে আবারও লক্ষ লক্ষ লোক সংক্রামিত হচ্ছে, ইউরোপে হচ্ছে, সেদিন দেখলাম ফ্রান্সে লকডাউনের এগেনস্টে তারা মিছিল করতেছে। আমাদের দেশ এখন মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীর কারণে অনেক ভালো আছি, আমরা ভালো রাখতে চাই। কাজেই যে যেখানে আছেন নিজেকে সংক্রমণের থেকে রক্ষা করবেন, মাস্ক পরবেন এবং সামাজিক দূরত্ব বজায় রাখবেন, তবেই আমরা মনে করি বাংলাদেশ ভালো থাকবে। প্রতিটি মানুষ সুস্থ থাকুক, একটিও মৃত্যু না হোক, এটি আমরা চাই। আমাদের চেষ্টা প্রত্যেকটা মানুষকে ভ্যাকসিন দেওয়া এবং সুরক্ষিত করা। এর জন্য আপনাদের সকলের সহযোগিতা আমাদের দরকার। আমি আজকে আমার এই বক্তব্যের মাধ্যমে আবারও ধন্যবাদ জানিয়ে সকলকে, যারা জড়িত ছিলেন সকলকে ধন্যবাদ জানিয়ে, এবং সাংবাদিক ভাইরা যারা কভার করছেন তাদেরকে আন্তরিকভাবে ধন্যবাদ জানাই যে আপনারাও সাহায্য করে যাচ্ছেন প্রচার প্রচারণায়। আমরা মনে করি কনস্ট্রাকটিভ প্রচার প্রচারণা আমরা সবসময় চাই, এবং সেইটা আমরা আশা করি আমরা আপনাদের কাছে সবসময় পাবো। এ মাসেও আপনাদের জ্ঞাতার্থে বলছি, এ মাসেও আমরা ভ্যাকসিন এখন করছি। আমাদের ভ্যাকসিন হাতে আছে কতগুলো বলেছি। আগামী 20-22 তারিখের পরে থেকে আরো 50 লক্ষ ভ্যাকসিন আমরা সিনোফার্মের থেকে আমরা পাবো, এবং এই পর্যন্ত সিনোফার্ম থেকে আমরা 1,35,00,000 ভ্যাকসিন আমরা সিনোফার্মে পেয়েছি, বিভিন্ন জায়গা থেকে, কোভ্যাক্স থেকে এবং সিনোফার্ম থেকে, এবং সেখানে ক্রয়কৃত আছে এবং কিছুটা আমাদেরকে উপহার হিসাবে দিয়েছে। সব মিলে 1,35,00,000 আমরা সিনোফার্মের ভ্যাকসিনই আমরা পেয়েছি। উপস্থিত সকলকে আবারও এই শোকের মাসে আমি আমাদের এই কর্পোরেশনের আজকের এই সাইনিং সেরেমনির মাধ্যমে এই শোকের মাসে আমরা শক্তিতে পরিণত করে ইনশাল্লাহ বাংলাদেশ এগিয়ে যাবে মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী শেখ হাসিনার নেতৃত্বে। সকলকে ধন্যবাদ। জয় বাংলা, জয় বঙ্গবন্ধু। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
Thank you, Honorable Minister, Mr. Jahid Malik. Now I would like to request our Honorable Chairperson, Mr. Lokman Hossain Mia, Senior Secretary, Health Service Division, to deliver his speech.
Assalamu alaikum. Very good afternoon. It's a pleasure to us. We became a part of a history. This is the first time Bangladesh is going to join venture to product the COVID vaccine also. In our today's program, our respected chief guest, Honorable Minister, Minister of Health and Family Welfare, our guest of honor, Honorable Foreign Minister, Dr. Momen, a special guest, Foreign Secretary, a special guest, His Excellency, Ambassador of China, Bangladesh. Also, in China, Beijing site, our Ambassador of Bangladesh, China, and President and Chairman of Sinopharma, DG Ministry of Foreign Affairs of China, a special guest, DG Drug, DG Health, President of the INSEPTA, respected ladies and gentlemen. This is the month of August. First of all, I would like to show my deepest respect to the father of the nation and his family member. This is a historical moment. This is the first time Bangladesh is going to co-product with vaccine with the help of the Sinopharma, Bangladesh government and INSEPTA also. First of all, I would like to thank people of China, People Republic of China. They help us. It is unprecedented. Today is the historical day in our battle against the COVID-19, as well as we are now set up a sign the MOU of co-product Sinopharma vaccine in our country. Vaccine is one of the major tools to remove the COVID-19 infection and death. Since the commercialization of vaccine, COVID-19 vaccine, we have been trying to vaccinate our people and expedite defeated the virus. While we had been starving For vaccine, China came forward with good supply. We have received near about 13.5 million from China, 2.1 million as a donation, 3.47 million through the COVAX. I'd like to mention that we have already signed another deal of supplying 60 million doses. I request the Excellency Ambassador, he is the part of our people, 50% of Bangladeshi, because he is our ambassador. I would request you to use your good office so that we can in time, so we get the vaccine. Vaccine is, we are fighting against the vaccine, our Honorable Prime Minister, her dynamic and visionary leadership, we are successfully faced the COVID also. Bangladesh, like developing country, it is worldwide recognized that we are doing very better. Life and economic, both are running side by side. So it is my humble request, you please convey your government on behalf of us so that timely supply our vaccine. So we vaccinated our more people will be more safer. Ladies and gentlemen, I goes without saying that the China is one of our largest development partner. Many of our mega projects like Padma Bridge construction work, China will help. Not only that, Kornofuli Tunnel, Bangabandhu Convention Center, many mega projects China is helping us. They are also one of our very good friend and development friend. Last 5 decades, we are working together hand to hand. So we are appreciate for this support. I would like to take the opportunity to thank the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, especially Foreign Minister and Foreign Secretary. Full time, their cooperation and they help the Ministry of Health also. With China Mission of Dhaka, Sinopharm Authority, and Inceptor Authority also, all whom contribution to finalize the deal. Honorable Foreign Minister was keenly interested to make the deal happen. Honorable Principal Secretary has guided us in all negotiation. He has spent his valuable time to finalize the cooperation document. I am personally grateful to both of them. I thank Honorable Minister of Health and Family Planning full time. He is guide us under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister. We are lucky enough. We have an Honorable Prime Minister like Sheikh Hasina. He loves the people. He knows the technique. He is one of the best Prime Minister in the world right now. He face how he know the technique, how to face the problem. Several times a problem is come, but successfully we have overcome. It is the very good summary. I am personally grateful to both of them. Finally, I hope this cooperation and co-product will be continued and be sustainable. I further hope that Sinopharm and Inceptor will take a step to implement this deal very soon. But I hope within few weeks it will be materialized. After all, near about 2 hours, our friends of media, audience, everybody are sitting here to cooperate our program from the Ministry of Health. I would like to thank, and I hope very soon Bangladesh will be going to co-product of vaccine also. Long live Bangladesh. Thank you all. Salam.
Thank you, Mr. Lokman Hossein Mia. Now we are moving towards the signing ceremony of memorandum. আমি একটু সাংবাদিক ভাইদেরকে অনুরোধ করব, আপনারা প্লিজ একটু স্টেজের সামনে থেকে সরে দাঁড়াবেন। এই সেশনটি চায়না থেকে সরাসরি লাইভে দেখানো হচ্ছে। আমি সাংবাদিক ভাইদেরকে অনুরোধ করব, আপনারা প্লিজ স্টেজের সামনে থেকে একটু সরে দাঁড়াবেন।
新冠灭活疫苗合作备忘录签订仪式现在开始。在孟加拉打卡出席的有孟加拉卫生部长马利克阁下、Inceptor公司穆克尔 塔迪尔董事长。在北京，有请中国国际医药卫生有限公司李灿总经理。 中国生物技术股份有限公司朱晶晶副总裁。
আমি সাংবাদিক ভাইদেরকে অনুরোধ করব আপনারা প্লিজ স্ব অবস্থানে অবস্থান করুন। আপনারা প্লিজ স্টেজের সামনে ভিড় করবেন না।
And there at Dhaka, Bangladesh, they have Honorable His Excellency Mr. Zahid Malik, Minister of Health and Family Welfare, and Mr. Abdul Muqtadir, Chairman of Inceptor Vaccine Limited, to sign the contract. And here in Beijing, China, we will invite from China Sinopharm International Corporation, President Mr. Li Can, and from Sinopharm CMBG, Vice President Mr. Zhu Jingjing, to sign the contract together.
借此机会，我也对 Inceptor 公司做一个简单的介绍。Inceptor 是孟加拉第2大制药企业，营业规模4.1亿美元，员工超过1000人。其下属的疫苗生产企业 Inceptor Vaccine Limited 是孟加拉国第1家生产疫苗的本土企业。Inceptor 称之间符合 GMP 和 GLP 的标准，产品已经出口摩尔多瓦、布隆迪、科特迪瓦、东帝汶等国家。目前工厂具有4条生产线，从德国引进进口，其中1条可以用于疫苗预冲，3条用于分装，每条线的生产能力为每月500万剂。与国药合作开始封装生产后，月产能将超过500万瓶，年产能超过6000万剂。国药集团已经向孟加拉先后提供了1350万剂新冠疫苗，其中执行政府援外业务210万剂，通过新冠疫苗实施计划 COVAX 供应340万剂，商业出口800万剂，另有商业出口900万剂等待发育。近日呢，6000万剂的新冠采购合同呢也即将签署。好，下面让我们用掌声来祝贺中孟两国疫苗合作生产取得圆满成功。
Congratulate the signing of the purchase contract with a warm round of applause, and let's wish this cooperation a great success.
好，谢谢各位领导，请坐。
Thank you, dear leaders. Please be seated.
各位领导、各位来宾、各位媒体朋友，再次感谢大家莅临见证国奥集团
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for your active participation in this program and to make it a successful one.
呵护健康是国奥
সাংবাদিক
集团的
ভাই বোনদের একটু
我们
অনুরোধ
将坚
করবো
持
আপনারা
生命
একটু
之上
স্ব
原则，承担为发展中国家担当的使命的职责，与孟方携手合作，高质量开展新冠疫苗合作，为两国人民和全球疫情防控做出新的贡献。
So distinguished leaders, guests, and dear media friends, thank you once again for coming to witness the signing ceremony of Cooperation for COVID-19 Inactivated Vaccine among Sinopharm, Government of People's Republic of Bangladesh, and Inceptor Vaccine Limited. Caring for life, attending to health is the core value of Sinopharm, and we will continue to uphold the principle of nothing's more precious than people's lives and assume the obligation of taking on responsibilities for developing countries. And we will work together with Bangladeshi partners on COVID-19 inactivated vaccine with high quality and efficiency, contributing to the prevention and control of the pandemic in both countries and globally.
至此，国药集团与孟加拉国新冠疫苗合作签约仪式圆满结束。再次感谢，谢谢大家，晚安。
And I now declare the signing ceremony successful concluded. And thank you all very much for your time.
会后，我们为各位来宾安排了工作餐，请各位